Alright guys, welcome back to Regular Guy Reviews. It's been a while since we've done a review, so we're back into it. Life has happened. We were really busy at the house, so things have come up. But we're back. I don't know how many people are into Apple products. Recently in this house, we've been starting to get back into Apple products. The Apple World Developer conference happened a little while ago, and I watched it, and there were some intriguing features on upcoming products that I was interested in, and apparently my children were interested in as well. So we're slowly trying to move over to that ecosystem. So it's the summer of 2022. There's rumors of a new Mac Mini with the M2 chip in it. Also the Mac Studio with the M2 and the M2 Pro and all that. Currently for sale, they're still selling Mac Minis and MacBook Airs with the M1 chip. We're going to find out today if a 2-year-old Mac Mini with the M1 chip is worth it in 2022. Should you wait for the rumored Mac, or should you run out and grab this as a bargain, and is it worth your money? If you haven't hit that notification bell, please do subscribe to the channel, because there's other products that we're going to be reviewing besides the Mac to go with the Mac Mini. But today we're going to be reviewing the Mac Mini, just the base 8GB 256 the 8GB unified memory, and the 256GB of the internal SSD. Alright, so here we got the Mac Mini. It's kind of thin, it's lightweight, it's made of aluminum just like the MacBooks are. Underneath we have just a plastic pad. The light is kind of, there we go, now we got the light. So you get the plastic pad. It is kind of a fingerprint magnet, but I mean, you're really not touching the pad. Underneath here is the Wi-Fi antenna, stuff like that. So it has to be plastic because obviously, Wi-Fi can't go through the aluminum. So on the front you just have a little indicator light to tell you when the system is on or off. If I can get that to focus, that'd be good. So yeah, you can see the light. You can see the light right there. The top is just a black, shiny Apple logo. It doesn't really weigh that much. It's kind of surprising for the amount of power that this computer does have. So we'll go around to the back here, and then you have your power port, your Ethernet gigabyte port. You have two USB. You get two. Well, these are Thunderbolt. These aren't USB-C. I think they're backward compatible. You have your HDMI, your two USB-A ports, and headphone jack. This is the fan for heat. The heat dissipation fan. We have used this to make some videos. This video that you're watching right now is made with this Mac Mini, and we've never heard this fan come on. I know there is a fan in here. I've watched some teardown videos, so I know there is a fan in here. So it runs fairly cool. For it being as powerful as it is, the fan really never kicks up, and I just had this computer on and I just turned it off, and it's not warm to the touch at all. I mean, it feels cool to the touch. You can obviously pick it up and move it around and stuff. So that's the outside of the Mac Mini. Again, it's really thin. It sits on the desk real nice. All the ports are in the back. The only downside that I can see is the amount of ports that you get back here. So the amount of ports that you get back here it's not a lot. There's definitely not a lot of ports. that seems to be the major complaint with this, is that there's not that many ports. Apple's been known for doing stuff like this before, though, with not giving you enough ports. And I've found that this is becoming an issue. I do have a future video coming up with an accessory that I've found for the Mac Mini, whether it's the M1 or the Intel based one. So we're going to do a review on those, or on that, and also the keyboard, because this computer does not come with a keyboard, a monitor, a mouse. It's just this in the box. Alright, so this is how we have it set up on the desk. We have the Mac Mini. This is the dock that we're going to do a future video on. This has been a lifesaver, and we'll review this a little bit later on. So again, the Mac Mini comes with nothing else, just the machine itself. No screens, no keyboards, anything. We do have screens and keyboards. We bought new keyboards, and we've always had a dual monitor setup. However, the way that you set up the Mac Mini, in the back, you have two separate. One screen gets hooked with the HDMI cable, and one would go through the Thunderbolt port. But you would also have to buy, depending on your screen setup, you'd have to buy a dongle to go from HDMI to Thunderbolt 4. I believe this is what this machine has. So as far as the overall performance of this Mac Mini, there's been a lot of people complaining about the Bluetooth dropping out. I don't know if that is specific only to the Apple Magic Keyboard and the Magic Mouse. We do not own a Apple Magic Keyboard or Magic Mouse. I have had no Bluetooth connectivity issues with any of my devices. We use a sound bar, obviously, for sound. We have that connected through the headphone jack in the back. So other than that, I mean, we've not had any trouble with the Mac Mini. It does keep up with the big computer. Alright, so as you can see, we're going to go into about this Mac. We have the latest operating system, Mac OS Monterey. We have one display at 1920 by 1080, which is high def. For storage, some of these storage devices are the external storages that I have plugged in over here. Again, that'll be in a future review that we do. So it's got you have your warranty. See, so it lags a little bit. Little things that you would expect to pop up lickety fast. Sometimes it takes a minute. But again, we have 8 gigs of memory, and the storage is 256 gigabytes. So if we just go into, let's say we go into Final Cut here. If we go into Final Cut opens up fairly quickly. Obviously, I'm on a trial of Final Cut because we're still trying it out. So if I go to import some media, so we'll go and import some of the project that we're working on right now. So let's see, we'll go down here to movies. We'll go here, and so we'll click on that. We'll do import selected. We'll highlight this and drag it. Oh, we gotta start a new project. So now we can just drag this, and up in the top here, it's rendering from the time that we just opened it up. So up in that corner is where all the background tasks are. So it's about, I don't know, a couple minutes, I'd say. We're at 30% rendering right now. It's going to render this whole this is a 4K video that we're recording, that we've recorded this in. So for 4K, we're probably, what, about a minute and a half now, maybe two minutes. So now this is just rendering. As you can see, it went onto the timeline perfectly. And you can start editing while it's rendering. It'll, obviously, the render time will be a little bit, a little bit slower if you're editing while it's trying to render. So on average, we're at 93% and close to, what, maybe roughly 2 minutes, and that's it. Background tasks are all done. So now it's completely rendered. So if we wanted to export this video without editing it, I don't see any dropped frames or anything, any stuttering as I'm scrolling through the timeline. It's the faster I go, it just seems to take it all in stride. So now if you do a lot of plugins or a lot of different features that, animations and music and stuff like that, that will slow it down just a little bit. You're going to see the spinning beach ball a little bit more. It's not bad. Again, if you're a professional and this is your only source of income, then the 8 gigabyte is, I don't think it's going to be enough. I would go with the 16 gigabyte. And if you have the money to step up to the Mac Studio, which I think starts at $19.99 for the base model Mac Studio, I would go for the Mac Studio. But for the average everyday person with just some light video editing like this, like me and my wife do, my children, make TikToks and all kinds of stuff on the Mac with their iPhones and such. So for the average user, the 8 gigabytes and for the 256 gigabyte storage was good for my family. It may not be good for you. It's kind of a small hard drive, especially when most laptops nowadays have 500 gigabytes or more, or 1 terabyte or more. So I would step up a little bit in storage if you have the money. But if you're just looking for something to get straight into Apple and straight into a Mac, you already have a screen, you already have a keyboard, because whether you have a wired or wireless keyboard, it'll work with the Mac. You don't have to get the magic mouse and the magic keyboard. It's just that those devices work best with the Mac Mini. But if you have a screen that connects via HDMI and a wired keyboard and a wired mouse, all you need to buy is the base model Mac. The average everyday consumer can buy the base model Mac and be totally happy and satisfied with it. I believe it is worth the money, especially with most of the speed that this thing has. Apps are just open and closed, Launchpad, everything is just quick, it just opens. So for a machine this small, this is very surprising. I wasn't expecting very much out of this. This has done more than what I thought it would. All right, so to sum things up, the Apple M1 Mac Mini, people have hyped it up, people have complained about it. Is it worth $699 brand new in 2022? Should you buy it in 2022 or should you wait? Well, they have not officially announced the M2 Mac Minis yet. We all know that they're coming. They're going to be here eventually, but there's also going to be a price hike. The M1 MacBook Airs were fairly inexpensive, and the price went up when the M2 MacBook Airs came out. So I would assume that the M2 Mac Mini, when it finally does get revealed, whenever Apple is going to do that, I'm assuming there will be a price hike. How much? We don't know. If you needed a computer to start off a YouTube channel or to start editing videos or photos, whatever, I would recommend to go out and buy a Mac One Mini. I don't really see, in my personal experience, I don't see a need to go out and buy a more expensive Mac or a Mac Pro. Again, we just, I do some YouTube videos and some YouTube reviews on the side. It's nothing professional, just basic amateur, stuff, just starting off. It's been sufficient for me. My wife runs her Surviving the Slomskys YouTube channel and uses the M1 Mac Mini to edit her cleaning videos and her vlogs and stuff. She hasn't had a problem with it. Since we switched over from the big Windows PC, which by the way isn't going anywhere because my daughter likes to game, and this is not a gaming machine. This is for, surfing the web, light video editing, light photo editing, nothing really intensive. If you plan on using a lot of layers and a lot of, I don't know, what am I looking for here? If you're planning on using a lot of filters and animations, it might, the 8 gigabyte unified memory might stutter a little bit on you, or it might not perform as you expect. I, however, have not experienced any issue, any hiccups. Is it a speed demon? No. Is it faster than the old Mac Mini with the Intel base? Yes. I believe Apple's going the right way with their M1 Silicon. I would like to see like an M1 Pro or an M1 Pro Max maybe, or maybe when they go up to the M2, an M2 Pro or an M2 Pro Max, put that chip in a Mac Mini. I think that might be more suited, but again, it's also going to come with price hikes. It's not going to hold this $699 price. So you can buy a refurbished one. You can get them right from Apple's website. So you can get them right from Apple's website. Melanie, come over here. Come over here. My daughter Melanie, if the camera is shaking, she is the cause of this. She's touching the tripod. Right, Mel?
No, it's not itself.
Oh, it's touching itself?
No, it's not. It's not touching anything. That's how you leave it alone for a long time.
Well, yeah, you got to leave it alone because Daddy's doing a video. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
So again, the main question, is it worth your money? Should you go and do it in 2022? I believe yes. I did it. I'm happy with my purchase. I didn't regret it. When the M2 Mac Mini comes out, if I can afford it, I'll get it to review it for you guys. But as of right now, my needs, what my family's needs are for this computer, I don't see a need to upgrade when the M2 Mac Minis get dropped. We've combated the extra storage, which is why we only got the base model one. We had extra SSDs and stuff like that. We did buy some accessories to go with the Mac Mini, and we'll do further reviews on those. So if you're in the market to replace an Intel-based MacBook or Mac Mini, this M1 Mac Mini I think is the way to go. It's quiet, it's sleek, it's elegant, it's compact. I mean, I can't believe they fit a computer like that in that small of a case. I mean, again, like I said, this computer can keep up with our Windows PC that I've spent thousands more on and is clearly quadruple the size of what this Mac Mini is. Again, if you're in the market for it, I would definitely go out and get it. If you can get it on a deal or on sale, even better. If you've never had a Mac computer and you're looking to try Mac, but you don't want to spend the money on Mac, try to learn the Mac OS system, this is the perfect way to do it. So again, it's not a speed demon. It's not going to save the world, but it's definitely worth it for an entry-level Apple product, considering as how the price of everything that they have on their website is massively expensive. This is definitely worth your money. And in 2022, I believe it's still worth your money. I wouldn't put it off. So hopefully this kind of helped you with your decision on whether or not to buy a Mac Mini. Has the popularity slowed down a little bit? Maybe, but it's the summer of 2022 when we just went out and bought one, and we're using it almost every single day, and I've had no problems with it. Just one other thing before I do get out of here. There have been, people have been saying about Bluetooth dropping out, a bunch of connectivity issues. The only issues that I've had and my wife has had is the lack of ports in the back, which we've bought something to combat that. So other than that, I've had no Bluetooth dropouts. I only have our our keyboard and our mouse with Bluetooth connectivity to it. Everything else we plug into it. The speakers are plugged into it. The monitors are plugged into it with a wire. I haven't had any slowdowns or any connectivity dropouts. The Wi-Fi is nice and strong. Bluetooth stays connected. So I don't know what everybody was having issues with, but I personally have not had any issues with that. So again, if you can afford it and you want one, I would definitely go out and get one. It's definitely worth your money. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, again, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, you can hit the dislike button. We have more Mac M1 Mini content coming, accessories, the other things that we have bought, and I have a review on these Logitech MX keys and the MX mouse. That's coming as well as the dock for the Mac Mini. So stay tuned, and we'll get those reviews up for you guys to look at. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next one.